Thank you, Catalina, for inviting me to speak today at this incredible event honoring our heroes. I also want to thank all of you for taking part and making sure we say the name as we lay the wreath so their memory will never be forgotten. Because of these brave men and women and their sacrifice, in the words of Pastor Gary Clark, thank God we live in America. Never give up on your country. Our son, Senior Airman Shimon Messenberg, loved the Air Force. He wanted to be a lifer. He returned from his first deployment to Qatar, was applying for a job in intelligence, and was one test away of being promoted to staff sergeant. By all intent and purposes, he had the world by the tail. When your child joins the military, especially security forces as with our son, you fear you may lose him in combat. But on January 5th, 2019, Mitch and I were not prepared to lose our precious 25-year-old boy by his own hand. We soon learned a staggering statistic. Suicide among our veterans far exceeds any other category and needs to be recognized. An average of 22 veterans die by suicide every single day. That's over 8,000 of our heroes lost by their own hand each year. And actually, recent research has proven that it's closer to 45 a day because these numbers do not include drug overdoses and things like alcoholism. That bringing that number to a staggering 16,500 each year. Think about that for a moment. Retired Marine General Robert Neller said in an interview a few years ago that in 4 years, he lost 224 of his Marines to suicide. He lost 4 to combat. I joined the American Gold Star Mothers in 2021 and was asked later that year to be president of a new chapter covering Charlotte and Sarasota counties. I feel I picked a fitting name, the Peace River chapter. I have found that so many people ask me, what is a Gold Star family? Honestly, I didn't know until I met Mitch, who sadly is also a Gold Star brother. Mitch was only 7 years old when he lost his oldest brother, U.S. Army Sergeant Terrence R. Messenberg, killed in action in Vietnam in 1969. Terry was barely 20 years old. The Blue Star flag was created as a symbol for families to had a child in the military to hang in their windows. It was introduced during World War I and officially adopted by the Department of Defense during World War II, representing a child serving in the armed forces in war or hostile areas. The Blue Star represents hope and pride. The red border represents the blood given by so many of our warriors in defense of our country or for democracy. The white represents purity of spirit and peace. Sadly, when a service member dies in combat, service-related death, illness, suicide, or an accident while on active duty, the blue is covered with a gold star. This represents courage, supreme sacrifice given to the cause of liberty and freedom. When tragedy strikes, it's truly hard to see past the pain and darkness, but it boils down to this. You have only 2 choices to move forward, anger or hope. Mitch and I chose hope, faith that if we tried, we could stop suicide from happening to one lost soul and family. When WAA was stationed in Qatar, he texted us a picture of himself, armed to the teeth, in front of an armored vehicle. Mitch replied back, "Damn, son, you're one handsome man." Shinwa responded, I'm a solid 7. After we lost Shinwa, we became ambassadors for Mission 22, which is a global nonprofit organization combating veteran suicide. It's an amazing organization, but we found that the funds we raised could not be guaranteed to stay here locally and help our local heroes. This led us down the path of starting our own nonprofit. In honor of Shinwa, to keep his memory alive, we aptly named it Operation Solid 7. We support not only veterans, active duty, and Gold Star families, but also our precious first responders. Suicide among these hometown heroes is also rising at an alarming rate. Our motto is Charge the Storm. When a storm comes, buffaloes and cows act very differently. Cows run away, prolonging their suffering as they keep getting battered by the storm. Buffalo do not. They stop, they face the storm, and they charge it, minimizing their pain. Be a buffalo. Charge your personal storm. Together we can get through it. God truly blessed us with an incredible board and advisors. They are just as passionate about this cause. They include veterans, a recently retired Charlotte County firefighter, who's here, by the way, as well as those whose lives have been impacted by suicide. We offer a variety of programs, including adventures that help our heroes get out of their heads and help them give it one more day. To name a few, hunting and fishing trips. We just recently did several iguana hunts, which was a lot of fun. Cigar therapy, yes, it really is a thing. Financial support, as well as we offer training classes to educate the community on what signs to look out for in someone that may be contemplating taking their own life. What to say, what not to say, and how to keep them safe until you can get them the help that they need. We have a free Talk Saves Lives Lunch and Learn on January 16th at the Englewood Chamber of Commerce, taught by our very own rockstar board member, Amy Vogel. Check out our Facebook page or the Chamber's website to learn more to sign up. Mitch and I never imagined our life on this unexpected journey of service to this magnitude, especially with this mission. But with our faith in Jesus Christ, love, and by the true grace of God, we found our why. I'd like to close with a quote that truly hit home after we lost our son. It was by a man who we thought would never die by suicide. He was larger than life. He literally made the whole world laugh. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. Be kind, always. Robin Williams. My name is Shannon Messenberg, and Senior Airman Shimmo Messenberg is my wife.